Howdy y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing the finale of my 2023 Years of Usage project pan. I created this project, I think it was 2021. And basically the goal is, like, whatever you choose to include in the project to hit that number of uses in the shade of the year. So like last year was 2023, so the goal was to hit 23 uses per shade or hitting pan, whichever comes first. I honestly never hit pan in 23 uses, but I watch other panners that can hit pan in like 7 uses. I have no idea how, but like it takes me like 50 plus uses. So to me, it's just like not super attainable to hit pan. So I just thought like a usage project is better for me personally. And anyway, so this is gonna be my year. Ooh, I should have showed, let me look up a little data for you. Oh, I'll do that at the end, I guess. But okay, actually, so I really, like, at the beginning of the year talked about how I was planning on focusing on my Pan That palette over my years of usage, because like in 2022 I focused more on years of usage and less on Pan That palette. But I'm actually like surprisingly pleased at how many goals I hit. I will try to remember to like talk about like however many total I hit at the end of the video. But sorry, it's hard to like talk. Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna go through and talk about the progress that I've made in the last update. I have noticed that I kind of do quarterly updates. I know a lot of people do monthly, but I don't know, to me it's just like I enjoy watching other people's videos monthly, but I'm lazy with filming, and also I personally like to have like a lot of progress to show you, so I'm really proud of it. But like I said, like I enjoy watching other people's videos, just like my personal preference, because I'm not like a big filmer. I do regularly update my makeup Instagram. I'm much more active on that if you're into that. My tag is Sarah Katz Pans, like cats with a K. Okay, so enough of the rambling. I'll get on into the video. Okay, just as a reminder, I rolled out my Becca Ocean Jewels palette early in the year. So that's been out of the project for a while, so I'm not even going to show it. My Pat Sublime palette. This is actually called Eye Ecstasy Sublime. I'll show it to you. Da, 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 da. I'm not wearing it, but I don't know why I did that. Anyway, I barely used it this last update. I had some major focus palettes. I focused on like 3 palettes in particular, and you'll see the progress for those, but I only used this like a few times, and I think I used this the shade Sinful like 3 times, but that's all I've used in the last update. I sadly, like, I should have rolled out, I think at last update I talked about how I kind of wanted to roll this palette out because there's only like 4 shades left, but I was just really drawn to other palettes, and so I didn't. So that's what we're looking like here. I should have like just focused on Sinful and done 2 more uses, because now that it's 2024 I have to get 3 extra uses to roll it out. So that's kind of like an incentive a little bit to like finish it the year before. But anyway, there's still a long way to go on these other 3, and I'm pretty sure I'll roll it out in 2024. So next we're gonna talk about my Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. She was not a focus girly, but maybe I'll focus on her at the beginning of this year. But yeah, there's not a lot of progress on her. I know I used Queen a few times, the Skull shade, and then like between now and the last update. Yeah, I used it twice. And then other than that, I didn't really use this that much, to be honest. Like, I used a few shades here and there like once, but it's not really worth going over. I'll show you the tallies though. Like, I didn't hit goal on any of these this past update. So here's the tallies. And obviously like the blue and the pink I've hit in previous years, and the orange is the only one I've hit this year. but that wasn't a previous update. So yeah, I am close on some of them. Like, let's see, what am I the closest on? I'm pretty close on Creamsicle. I think that'll be easy to roll out next year. And then SBN. So Creamsicle's like a pale yellow. SBN's like a neutral brownish mid-tones shimmer. And then honestly, one of my major goals for next year is, I guess I shouldn't be talking about it in this update, but oh well, is to roll out that palette because it's now like one of my oldest palettes. Okay, this next palette build will be actually exciting to talk about because I hit so many goals. I literally hit like, maybe like, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 goals in this palette this last update, so that's super exciting. I focused on it so much, like I kept this in my bathroom the entire like last period. So yeah, let me go over the shades that I hit. I hit Scorpio Matte, 23 uses. Pretty much, I don't know if it'll spoil, not really. I'll just show you this real quick and then I'll go back to the, but basically like, if you see the red versus blue, the red tallies are from previous years and the blue tallies are from this year, meaning 2023. So you can see that. But what I was gonna say is before this previous like update, I hardly had any progress on them. Like I might have had like one tally here and there, but pretty much all of this progress is from this current update. So let me go over each shade I hit. I hit Scorpio Matte, which I had to use 8 times to hit. I hit Pisces Matte, which I had to use 6 times. Pisces Shimmer, which I had to use 7 times. Libra Shimmer, which I had to use 7 times. And then I had already hit goal in Libra Matte like earlier in the year. And then I hit Taurus Matte this update as well, and I had to use that 8 times. And then I hit goal in Leo Matte, which is this kind of brighter pinky shade. I hit that, I used it 8 times to hit. And then Cancer, I used 9 times. And I'm like super proud because honestly, like now way over the half the palette is rolled out, so it'll be a lot easier to roll it out next year. So I'm really excited about that. Virgo Shimmer is super close to being rolled out. It has 21 uses on it, so now that it's 2024, like in my next year's project pan, I'll have to use it 3 more times, but you know, it's okay. Other than that, there's nothing like super close. But I was super proud to be able to roll this many out. I really focused on it. This is my main focus palette, if you couldn't catch that. But yeah, here's another look at her, the beautiful colors. It's rainbow. It's gonna be so exciting showing y'all my new papers when I film my like 2024 intro. Okay, next up is Take Me Back to Brazil. Yes. I feel like I'm most drawn to the pinks because they're like, to me, pink is pretty neutral. But yeah, so I only used it a little bit. It's not worth talking about that much. I would say I used most of the pinks like 2 or 3 times this past update. And then I randomly used some of the middle shades like once, but not a lot. So I'm not really close on any of them. Let me show you. Because I consider it a summer palette, so I mostly use it in summer, and it was like fall/winter this past update season. Okay, next will be my second focus palette that we're gonna talk about. It's actually what I'm wearing on my eyes today. Can you guess it? Dun, 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 dun. It's the Tati Beauty palette. Okay, so I did hit 2 goals within this, so I have actually maybe 3. Yeah, I think it's 3. So I hit goal in these 3 right here. So it's Memory Sequin, Memory Matte, which I just pretty much just only used as liner. Sometimes I'll put it in the outer corner or like buff it a bit, but mainly liner. And then Ritual Matte I also hit. I would use that in my outer corner and as a liner. So those ones are pretty easy to use as liners, so that's kind of why I wanted to get those out. And then Aura Sequin I hit towards the beginning of the year, that goal. But other than that, I haven't hit any. That's like all I've hit for the year. But let me show you my tallies so you kind of have an idea. So these 3 were hit this update, and then that one was old. But as you can see, like, I'm pretty sure like this, similar to the BH Zodiac palette, didn't have like a ton of usage before this update, and now like this is all pretty much from this update. And then like today I'm filming this January 3rd, so I'm actually like the tallies for today's look are on next year's tally sheet, because like once it hit January 1st I switched over to using my 2024 sheets. But yeah, I am pretty close on Sooth's. Oh, one exciting thing, this rolled out of the palette in 2022, the Aura Matte, but I hit pan on it, as you can see. Just like organically, like I wasn't focusing on it, but it's just convenient. I think I pretty much use it, well, obviously to set my eyeshadow sometimes, but I also use it to mix with like other shades to lighten them, because these are really pigmented shades and sometimes I kind of just like a faded look, like nothing too intense. So yeah, this is because I mixed like a liner, like black with this to create a liner, and so that's why it looks kind of dirty. But anyway, isn't that a cool pan? This is my first pan, obviously, in the palette. I'm wearing this glitter right now, if you're curious. And then what else? Oh, I was gonna say, next year I'm really close to hitting goal on this because I have 20 uses in it, so I just have to use it like 4 more times next year. Next year being this year, actually, because I'm filming this like post 2023. Okay. That was an exciting one. This one I'm not gonna waste your time on because I think I only used it like once. Pretty sure I only used like the shade once, and then that was it. So that's my Morphe Sour Patch palette. I consider this a summer palette. I really focused on this in the previous update, so you got a lot of content then. This is what she's looking like. I should have just pushed it and hit goal in that silver shade that I just showed you, the Sugar Crush, because I only needed 2 more uses, but honestly, I was so focused in on my other 3 focus palettes that I just like wasn't paying attention to them. Okay, I'm going fast for you. Okay. Oh girl, oh girl. You know something crazy? Okay. I hit pan, or not hit pan, I didn't hit pan. I hit goal on like, I think 3 of these in the past minute. And those 3 would be Super Moon, and then also Hot Mess, and also I think it was Karma. I don't remember. Let me look at my little thing. Squeeze me. Yeah, it was Karma. Okay, I was right. But yeah, I hit goal on those 3 this update, and I've previously hit goal on a lot of these other ones this year in previous updates because I use it a lot in the summer. I will say I'm kind of disappointed. Like I should have hit goal in Cosmic because I'm at 21 uses, so if I had used it 2 more times I would have hit goal in 2023, but I didn't because I was really pushing for my Panda palette. But like I said, like, we're trading off. We're gonna focus on these next year. So I'll get my day. She'll get her day. Okay, anyway, yeah, isn't she pretty? This is one of my favorite palettes in my collection. Okay, let me show you the tallies and the beautiful colors. This is her. This is she. This is that girl. Yeah, see how close I was on Cosmic? I like literally could have got it, but I didn't. And then yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll just try to roll out that entire palette next year. I think the only ones that would be kind of hard are like the really bright, like blue, like haze. And then maybe like Mercury might be a little bit hard too, but we'll see. That's a problem for next year. Alrighty. Next up is my Urban Decay Wild Green. Dun, dun, dun. It'd be cute. I know a lot of people don't like this palette, but I do. She's not super pigmented, but she's work appropriate. Yeah. So I actually did use this like maybe like 4 or 5 times, like entire looks, and so she got a lot of good usage because honestly, before this update, she only had like a couple tallies here and there. I don't know if it's worth like talking about because I'm still not close on any of them, but I'll just show you my tallies so you can kind of get an idea of where I'm at. So like, so you see, like this was pretty much empty before this update, so keep that in mind. So like, I had a lot of use on these first 4 shades, and then like kind of like almost evenly on the bottom, just like 2 to 5 uses. So like the first 4 shades, which are these, and then kind of like a lot of these. I guess that makes sense because I'm not an orange eyeshadow type of person, so it makes sense that I'm like the least gravitated towards those. But honestly, I think they'll be easy to use next year. I think it'll be fine. So yeah, Avi didn't hit go on those, but that's a project for next year. Honestly, I think it's bold, but like, what if I could roll out all of them next year? Probably not. I'm getting ahead of myself, but like, I think I could at least roll out like 3 or 4 palettes because I started this in 2021. So at this point, it's like gonna be 2024. So this is like 4 years of work, you know? Okay. I'm not even gonna bother talking about my small eyeshadow palettes because I didn't use them, as you can see. I only like wrote them just on the off chance, like they definitely weren't a focus this year, obviously. But I wrote them down just on the off chance that I wanted to use them. That way I would get the tally because I think eventually I want to for sure. But I will tell you a little secret. This shade, the Almay Brown, which was just like, it's kind of like it's in like a trio palette, but there was only 1 shade, so I could have technically defined it as a single. She is like no longer in my collection. Like, the product is, but it's not in that packaging because I crushed it up and I'm mixing it into like a Franken bronzer. So fun fact for you, that one is no longer in my collection, so she won't be in the project next year. Okay. You know, it's funny. Like at the beginning of this year, which is 2024, I just like literally couldn't wait. Like I'm not done with my previous Franken bronzer, but I could not wait. I just really wanted to crush up some eyeshadow and like make my little next Franken. So I couldn't not do it. Because honestly, like that shade needed to be decluttered if I'm not going to use it as like a bronzer because like it's nothing special as an eyeshadow. But I do use a lot of bronzer like comparatively to eyeshadow, obviously. So like, and I have like a lot of eyeshadow and I have like less bronzer, so it makes sense to Franken. Because like Paula from sorry, I'm getting like off track on a tangent, but Paula from A Beauty Guru Made Me Do It, she's always talking about how like she could Franken her eyeshadows into bronzer, but it doesn't make sense for her because she has so many bronzers. So she's like, why would I use eyeshadow as bronzer when I have all these bronzers I need to use anyway? But for me, like, yes, I do have bronzers I need to use, but if the eyeshadow is older than the bronzer, it makes sense for me to use the eyeshadow as bronzer just because, for one, it's older, I need to like use it up sooner, but also like I don't have an excessive number of bronzers. Like I think she has like a ton and I only have like a few years worth max. So like maybe not, maybe more than that. Maybe I have like 5 years worth. But anyway, I don't have a lifetime worth basically. So I don't know. And then plus it's fun to like crush stuff up and like use the older stuff. So anyway, end of tangent. So now let's talk about my singles. Okay, brace yourself. If you remember what this looked like, this looks so much different now. I got rid of those like ugly square pans. I decluttered them and then I cleaned out this palette. I decluttered them because they were so old. Like literally had them since junior high. They needed to go because they were literally collecting cobwebs because they were so old. Yeah. But anyway, I did use these shadies a few times each. Not even close to gold, but you know, you can see some disturbance. But they're really fun to use. I'm not like in a hurry to use them because they're special and like I just use them organically. And then these ones, I have not used either of these two all year. I honestly don't even really like those shades, but I just got them for free, so what can a girl do? I'm not gonna throw them out. I'm gonna use them eventually, but probably not to completion, but like eventually I will use them and years of usage, and maybe I will find a love for them. This shade reminds me of, this is the shade Cute. This reminds me a lot of Haze from the Huda Mercury Retrograde. So like if I find a love for like that one, maybe it'll like give me ideas of how to use this one, if that makes sense. And then the white one I have actually used like 2 or 3 times since my last update. If I'm doing like a matte neutral look, I like to top it in my like inner portion of my eyelid and also like inner corner. It's cute. She's cute. She's cute. Everyone needs a matte white eyeshadow in their life. Okay. And then the other 2 little singles I did, I'm not even going to show you because they were never used. So that's what the top. Oh, you know what? One I was going to show you was my Space Cowboy. I've used this girly 17 times over the year. And obviously there's not even a dip. It kind of looks like this like hard pan on it though. Can you see that? Yeah. I think she's beautiful. I love her. I just keep this in my like everyday makeup bag because I use it pretty often, honestly. Honestly, even after the 24 uses now that I need to hit, I'm going to keep it in my everyday bag just because it's so easy to like top onto anything and just give it a little extra oomph. My Solstice shade, it's just like, it's like one of these, but it's like a pinky blue duochrome glitter. I used it 3 times over the year, but I haven't used any in the last update, so I'm not gonna bother showing it. But yeah, next year I'm coming for you, girl. Okay, I don't know why I've decided all of these eyeshadows are female, but anyway, that's the end of my 2023, what's it called? Years of usage finale. Oh, actually, let me tell you some data for the year. Okay, so of this past update, I hit 13 goals. Most of them were in the BH palette. I hit 3 in the Huda Mercury Retrograde, and then the rest of them were from the Tati palette. And then, so for the entire year, like my arbitrary goal every year is to hit 30 goals, but I knew that probably wouldn't happen. I figured I'd be kind of far from it for the year just because I was focusing so much on my Panda palette. But I actually, drumroll please, hit 24 goals met. 24 goals met in the last year, which honestly I'm really happy with. I thought it would be closer to like 20. And honestly, how many times, I feel like every single video I film, I like overuse one word in particular. Like last time, not last video, but like last time I recorded, it was TBH, and now I keep saying it honestly. So sorry for being annoying. But anyway, yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. So at the beginning of the year, the total number of pans in the project was 144, and then I hit 24 usage goals. So then I still need to hit goal in 120, but those numbers will change for next year. So I'm super excited about that. Yeah, let me show you. This is like just what my Instagram looks like. I keep track of it up here just to make it easy. But obviously I need to switch everything to 2024, and the number of eyeshadows will change because I am adding one palette in that I purchased in the last year, because I've only purchased one palette in the last year, and I want all eyeshadows in my entire collection to like roll through them. So yeah, anyway, it was great talking to you. Thank you for watching, and I'm so proud of you if you made it all the way to the end, because I know I'm annoying. You know what? We're gonna stop. We're gonna stop with that negative self-talk. We're gonna only do positive self-talk. I am interesting, and I am fun. Okay, now I'm like, okay, I need to stop. But anyway, blah blah blah. God bless you. God bless your family. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye. Bye goodbye. And look forward to my next intro for next year. Goodbye.